Good evening, friends. Jason here for AxodysFC, and it's Tuesday. Sun is getting close to setting, and Champions League started. So, just wanted to cover a couple of the games that I paid attention to. That, in both cases, there was a little bit of Spurs relevance, but yeah, overall, not too much news on the Spurs front itself either. Sounds like basically nothing new of much import. So first game that I watched was AC Milan versus Newcastle, and pretty back and forth first half. And didn't end up being much of a game in the second half, really. I mean, it just kind of settled down and ended up a 0-0 draw. Personally, it was good from a fantasy perspective in terms of I got a lot of mileage out of Nick Pope, Dan Burn, and Trippier, former Tottenham defender, and they powered me to like 10-0 in my matchups with other people, so that was cool. But yeah, it didn't actually make for that good a game once the second half came around. Pulisic came in the second half, never did much. Had a few opportunities, but overall, yeah, not a great game, not particularly exciting. The other game that I watched was kind of like the definitely Tottenham related, because it was Feyenoord of Arne Slot, managerial fame, and Celtic. So it was interesting to see how Celtic looked in the post-Ange era, where they still have many of the same players, and Feyenoord was quite a bit better. It felt like Celtic feels like they lost the spark that they had in the last couple of years, having watched some of those games with Ange. They're still looking to be attacking and pressing and that kind of thing, but it's not quite the same. And Feyenoord was definitely superior in terms of what they were able to accomplish. And beyond that, didn't watch any other games. And that game, ended up being a 2-0 Feyenoord win, just to clarify. Didn't end up watching anything else. Wasn't super into any of the matchups that I saw. Of course, tomorrow we've got 3 that I'm interested in, specifically, the Bayern United one, obviously the number one. Second one would be Arsenal versus PSV. That should be a good matchup. And the third one is Galatasaray versus Copenhagen, just because I'm curious to see how Davidson and Tanguy are doing away from Spurs, and hopefully well. And so interesting. And actually, on a funny note too, speaking of Bayern, in the build-up interview, Harry Kane finally said some nice things about Tottenham, in terms of talked about how he's been keeping an eye on us, and he said he'll always have an eye on how Tottenham's doing, and he said he was happy to see us playing so well and happy for the fans. So exactly the things that he needed, we wanted to hear, basically, to feel feel a little better. That was nice to hear about. And then really that is about it at this point. So until tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Arsenal looks in a good matchup, and just to see how those other 2 games go as well. So thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy these. And remember, the dare is to do.